Hey, welcome back, you guys. I got here, as you guys have probably already guessed, the new Blitzwing before Fans Tours gets theirs out, whenever that will be. This packaging for this, I like the little, you see the little outlines of Blitzwing all over the place, transformations, split apart. I even heard he had a base mode, but maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Pretty cool outlines of them, and I can't wait to get this one, because this may be, to open this one, I got it, but this may be my Blitzwing. I can't see, when we get into this, and me looking at the pictures and all this time, like everybody, like you guys have as well, this may be the one. One thing I noticed when I got this, opened the package out of the box, this feels dented, and it's kind of dropped down here a little bit. I'm not crazy about that. This box actually reminds me of another toy I got. I don't know if the other toy I got was the Sharkticons over here, or whatever box they came in. It was a little big for them. Them being a upscale from probably the Legend scale. There was some other box that came like this, and I can't think of, maybe if I see it later. I got some boxes in my room, and some I have stored up in a place where I will not go. But it just reminds me of another box. Oh, I thought I was going to have to open that up, but it's already opened up, so that's good. So yeah, let's hope nothing's damaged in here, because the way the box was drooping. Look at this. This fell out. Okay. All right. Scan barcodes to maybe for instructions or something like that. I'm not sure. So let's take a first look at this guy. I feel the weight just by me dragging it out here. Since it was from this side that was drooping, I don't see nothing here right off the bat that makes me think this has been damaged at all. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Comes in bot mode. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And let me see up front and personal how I feel about this guy, because I've seen just maybe one or two short clips or reviews on YouTube about, how this guy looks, how the paint is, how the people feel about it right off the bat. And let's just see. Let's see how this looks firsthand. Surprised I got it this quick, even though I did shipped out for me like a couple weeks ago, but I actually got it quicker still than I expected to. And just by picking this bad boy up, I am liking it. I am liking it. Eventually I will get readjusted here to see better, but I am liking this. So I know it takes a few adjustments here. This waist is up. I saw one video where, I think it was TM Reviews. He had a little quick open box thing. He had his thing. Okay, and the feet look, well, maybe they're not quite right yet. I'm not really sure. This might be a tricky one to get done with, because I'm gonna have to probably find out how to, not a lot out here on how to manipulate this figure. It's just so brand new. And see that the waist likes to bend backwards a lot. It is a little bit top heavy. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. So far, just by look, I see that there have been some complaints, a little bit of complaints about this not painted. I see that. It seemed like if the plastic was, there's no gloss finish on these plastic. This is like just how it was manufactured. There may be some painted parts, but the look of this, no question about it, is Blitzwing, the best looking Blitzwing to date, as far as how it looks. And to get into a little bit of feel right now before I go to the next segment, because to keep my segments short, it actually is a good weight to this guy. Let me see if I can get him stabilized, and I'll cut back. Now, I'm taking a little quick segment here to tell you guys my early notice issues here. It's hard to get this guy to stand straight. I have not figured it out yet, but it's still early on. Before I get into the weapons holdings and all this stuff that I don't always do anyway. I just wanted to show you that I'm still struggling getting this guy to stand up straight. Looks like he has great maneuverability, which I haven't gotten to the place to get. I think it may be the way I'm going to have to look at probably the instructions online with this card, or maybe some other places to see where I can, maybe something has to kick out more. Maybe this is it. Okay. All right. So that was me just being ignorant. Kicking this, that means the back flap, when I kick this out back here, that means this part that was sticking kind of partially underneath it. I'm not gonna go back and grab it, but it was right here. This part right here was kind of folded up and it looked kind of neat in place, but I realize now that it needs more, they did make room for it to have more standability. That's my new word, standability. All right, much better, much better. Okay, whew. Figure that out real quick. Maybe I need to look at some other reviews real quick, but that guy's standing up now. Maybe I can get him on the towel now. So, all right. I like that better. I like that better. So, yeah. This guy, I'm actually really curious about this guy. I'm just talking about the feel, the look. I hope I put a picture up earlier when we're comparing this to Blitzwing. The transformation is going to be something. Let's do a quick runoff on the weight, and then we'll take a quick runoff on the posability. I think it's at 1 pound, 5 ounces. That's very, very good and decent weight for any Masterpiece figure. Love it. I also want to take a little runoff on, already to me, when I first saw this guy, and I noticed the shoulders, I had to clip the shoulders into. They kind of unplug up here, and you can plug them. They'll stay here on this little tab here at the end of the top of his natural shoulder, I should probably say. Waist seems a little unstable, but you still can push it down, and with the feet's kicking out like that, I feel a lot better about it. So I'm good with the feet. Now the feet kicks out, it's way, way more better than what it was. I'm sure this one just probably have to pop the hood off and just pop that face out. I don't do faces too often, so I'm just gonna take a look at these weapons real quick. Make sure it holds them pretty good, which I'm believing it will. And yep, I heard it snap in. So, amen. Get these fingers out. Sometimes I have to cheat and use my spudger, which I wish people would do more of, because spudgers are a lifesaver. Why make it hard? Beautifully holds weapons. This is such a G1 Blitzwing, man. It's even got the thing I like with the beveled hole inside the gun barrel. That's our little interruption and noise on the back end of that. Yeah, even the gun barrel has a hole in it that I like, and the gun. This is just so reminiscent of G1, and I'm so glad I figured out that feet thing. So let's put the feet. And real quick, since we're here, the transformation is going to be probably what's going to cause this video to be a day or two out. All depends on how. There is some help, I think, available. Let's just see what kind of articulation it has. Looks like it goes out like this. We've seen the hands. The hands kind of come up like I like it. Say, whoa, wait, and then, but it doesn't go all the way up. And it's kind of reminds me of the hands on, actually, it reminds me of the hands on Skyfire. It doesn't really, these four fingers stay together so closely. But I'm glad it does have an out pivot and a very good articulation up here. Wow. Smooth, double elbow bend, double jointed. Not sure if I got this. I'm not sure this part right here is really transformed right, but I'll figure that out later. These fins that stick up. Head goes all the way up, you know, all the way down. It goes down very good. I'm sure it goes 360, no problem. I like the gun barrel comes up. I've seen some pictures with the gun barrel not up, so I'm glad they definitely had to do that for Blitzwing. And let's see. The front flap has that whole waist part. It's not just individual. Some people don't like that. It doesn't bother me so much. Very good ratchets going out. Very strong Van Dam. very articulate figure. To be a triple changer, it's going to be interesting because I've seen an early video on this. It's a foreign video they did on this. Of course, the backpack limits that going back, but Monty it still does a pretty good Monty. Wow. And we already seen that we have some good movement down here. No really tilt up, no tilt down on it, but it does have an inward tilt, which is, that's about all you need. Very impressed with this figure. The ratchet sound good. There's no ratchets I've heard in the arms except when going up and down. Yeah, up and down, yes, but not out to the side, not on the elbow. Impressed with that. Solid feeling figure. Like I said, world of difference when the feet got corrected. So yeah, before we get to transformation, let's see what else we can pull up here. Oh, I got several figures next to it. Let me lift this up so we can get a little, maybe that's not gonna work. We got pretty much head to head with Megatron. I think Megatron, as far as the head size, is a bit taller, which is perfect. I even got Astro Train over there. I'll bring him over here in a minute. And we got the Unique Toy Springer, which is on the selling block. So my Unique Toy Springer is about gone. So very, still taller, this Unique Toy Springer, big boy. Love Unique Toy Springer, but I have another one coming, and I think it's time to move on. His Perceptor next to him, big compared to Nick's Perceptor. Of course, here's Ultra Magnus with Blitzwing. Only time you see them pretty much together is in that 5 episode, not together really, but in the episode you see Blitzwing in the new season, season 3, you see him with the new Autobots. You see him pretty much in those first 5 episodes, and that's it. Very, very, very liked the scale here. Let's bring Astro Train over. And have Astro Train really doing something else right now, posing for my my next animation whenever I get done with it. It's only been going on for like a 1.5 years or more. But the thing here about scale is I like him so well because he's so G1 that I don't mind him being a little taller than Thomas. And I really think they should be the same size, same height, definitely. He's about a half a head taller than him. Even if I push this down, he's still 1/4 of a head taller than him. I can live with it. It's still much a bigger bot. You still can tell that, you know, still Blitzwing is a bigger bot. But it's not big, or it's not bad. I have Octane up there, but Octane is not transforming to bot mode, so I'm gonna leave Octane be. I might give one more comparison here other than them, and that would just be pretty much Motormaster here from Fans Toys. I just transformed him up the other day because I just want to get talking away from my audio. I want to get to the place where I'm enjoying my figures. I want to get to the place where I'm transforming them and I'm learning them and I'm getting better at it. Just Fans Toys Motormaster is a bigger boy than Blitzwing. I think that's enough in comparisons. But I just want to really enjoy my figures. I've been trying to do more transforming lately, playing with them and so to speak, and really been enjoying it. I hope my memory is getting better so I can transform many of these, maybe not him, but many of these without having to look at instructions, look at videos, and maybe one day I know this guy's complicated. I'm not gonna lie. I saw when the early video on YouTube from a Chinese or some foreign, it's Asian site on YouTube, and I saw them transform. He is not uncomplicated. He's a very complicated transformation, but hopefully when I get to it, it won't be as bad as I think. So good comparisons here, and I'm really pleased with the figures so far. I mean, you got me at hello. I mean, when I saw the look of him, when I saw the feel of him, when I felt the feel of him, I mean, he had me. You know, I'm not sure that the Fans Toys coming out is gonna make me think, hey, should I? Because when we get to the jet modes and the alt modes, they look great. At least that's what I believe. So, all right, no further ado. Let's see if we can roll into something else.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat or the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else, alone. In spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Talk's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear. Be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. This dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that
This
stock.
is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike. Got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's the type women wanna be within. Rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat.
He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth or does it stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best, dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes.
Okay, you guys, I got Blitzwing all transformed up, and airplane mode. That's what I'm saying. And I really am impressed with it. The thing about Blitzwing, the DX9 versions, and even the Ditka did okay in the plane mode. It looked like Blitzwing. If you look at the pics, I think I put it up there. I really think Blitzwing, this pulled it off better than I've ever seen any company pull off Blitzwing in any scale. Masterpiece, Legends, anything. Because so far, until we get to tank mode, because I don't need to even say a whole lot about this. Even the missile on the side. This is Blitzwing in a nutshell. This is G1 Blitzwing. So even has a landing gear here. Even put the gray here, I noticed, like on the pic. The colors vary on pictures, but I accept them for this color. And the tan color here, we know it was on the earlier pic I put up when he was in bot mode. We could see, actually a little bit of the hands here. You can see that the purple was a different shade, but there's no mistaking. There's just no mistaking that you have, and it's solid. It transformed was complicated, but it was manageable. And they even made adjustments for when you have to do something with the chest and you have to stick a spudger in there to straighten out these flaps here. It really, they left the opening there so that would help you. And I don't know if I have everything fully in on this, but I see something that's not fully connected. I don't know if it's supposed to connect or not, or it's just supposed to hang there. But I don't really see a slot for that, not yet. Nope. But either way, solid bot mode, solid plane mode thus far. Looks great. Even without the painting, I am okay with that. I am fine with this Blitz. Let me give a little quick comparison here. Only one I have transformed up that I'm going to bring down is just Air Raid, and he's the Zeta or however you want to say it, toy version of Air Raid. And I might have to lift my camera up to get a better view. But just want to do this real quick before we get to tank mode. that this is great. I don't have for tank mode, I'm just thinking ahead. I don't have Warpath or anything. I have to find something transformed that I can just compare it to. But, Warpath is, I don't even want to get started on that. I'm not really a fan of Fans Toys version of Warpath, but that's a great, because Skydive, Air Raid, Zeta or nothing, it's the same size as, I already did a comparison video on some of these anyway, two Skydives, 2 Air Raids, I have old videos on that. And they are same size as the Masterpiece. In transformation, they're pretty much the same length, same size, everything. So yeah, it's a little longer than Blitzwing. That's what you expect, a bulky Blitzwing. And of course, Blitzwing's gonna be probably on the wide side, but still more or less on the thick side than the wide side. So yeah, and I love the paint job on this, by the way, of the, still love it, of the Zeta Toys version. So no further ado, let's get to tank mode. And then final thoughts. We don't make it longer than necessary, as I always say. Okay, I'm back. You guys, you gotta say it. Who would have thought a tank, a plane, a robot is in this thing? Who would have thunk? It amazes me how similar the design of this is to the previous DX9, EDITORAS. They're very similar in transformation, but by far this is better. I'm gonna say this, right off the bat, this is by far better. There is some, even on the turret, you do have to be a little careful. It's a little light plastic, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. You just gotta squeeze the underbelly of this together. There's some parts here you gotta really squeeze together to get these flaps to come back and press in the tabs, but just be careful. But don't force anything. Look, just feel it out, wiggle it. You guys are collectors, you should know this by now, so I always say that. But man, even got the 4, if you look at the pic, even got the 4 design, like the cartoon this time. I know Ditka, or one of the ones I had, I think it was Ditka, had 5 big wheels on these roller chains, but on these treads or whatever. But this one is just like the cartoon now. Man, can you do better? Fans Toys. You got to ask Fans Toys, can they do better than this? Except for, the paint's going to be phenomenal on Fans Toys. But yeah, there's a few little issues, and unfortunately, I had a breakage. So it was I'll put the pics up, but as it's tabbing into part of the wing or the tank part, the tread part on the inside, you'll see a pic there. This piece broke off on one side. I'll put a pic up on the one side that's healthy. This is a tab, and this tab broke off on that inside. I don't know if it was the left wing, left or right now, but it broke off on the inside of there, and so I don't think it's going to hinder anything. I can probably try to glue it on later. I had one Masterpiece I got not long ago. I glued something back on it as well, and it looks like it's doing fine, but still, you don't like to have breakage, but that did happen. I don't know how. I was using my spudge, and I was just putting the wing back open to turn it back to tank mode, to turn it into tank mode, and all of a sudden I hear a piece drop off, and I'm like, I'm messing with when I use my spudger to separate the wing and arm part again. Somehow, I can't complain too much because, it does make you a little weary whenever you break something. Hey, dude, how many times I want to ever transform this thing, me always say I do animation, so I don't do enough of them of recent, so it's not that big a deal, but still, I don't like things breaking out. It's a minor thing to me, so at least that's good, because a lot of times I don't think it's such a minor thing. But just be careful of the extensions. A lot of extensions in this bot, and there's a lot of places that you may have to extend a little more to use the double and triple. They got those what do they call them? I forgot those parts that have more than one bendage to them. So anyway. Yeah, man, it's great. I don't know if I have anything else to compare it to. I know I probably had to put the pic up on the screen. Yeah, give me a moment and I'll see if I can just give some size to this. So scale. Using different figures in my comparison sometimes. And I got BS03 down because actually that was a package. I was looking for something in my shed today, and I realized his package is a little similar to this one. But this way he was packaged is still, the box was way more solid than what he's packaged. And I'm glad mine came, at least originally, with no breakage in sight. So yeah, this is BO3 on this. Here's what is this, MMC, and here's Make Toys Jazz. I've transformed up. Even got Sandstorm from Unique Toys. Still the best one out there. And you know, it's a great, people sometimes don't say this is a masterpiece. You know, I've heard some friends of mine and people that I know say this is not really a masterpiece, but it's still, you know, I don't know how many people have said that. Probably, I hope most feel like I do. This is definitely a masterpiece. This Transformations is still one of the tops. The way this can change modes, and it's not easy. Probably just like this thing. It's just, I would definitely compare it a little bit to this new Blitzwing, but yeah, this thing, I can go up above it so you guys can see the size a little bit. You know, much bigger than an Autobot car, not sized up to scale probably in real life. You put Prime down here. I'm not gonna get my Prime down. I see another review, I saw somebody compare it to Prime, and you know, of course it was just as big as like you see here, just pretty sizable tanks. Tanks can be big or smaller, so you really can't argue that point, but I think the scale is nice. I think the scale is nice with just having another triple changer here. I just wanted to, that was transformed up, compare it to, you know, this is a pleasant surprise, this Blitzwing. I'll close with my ending thoughts here in a little bit, but yeah, the price you all know, probably around $130, something like that on Show Z. So my closing thoughts, and I'm out. I have to say, it's just a pleasure to still right now, amongst all the things that's happening in the world, to still get some entertainment and some, for those that collect and do things for hobbies. It's just a very pleasure right now to be in a time and age when they can make artists like figures like they do now and make them so the way we remember them to be. And it's a pleasurable time to be in. To see this happen, despite all that we're going through in the world today.
50% pain and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% love.